You have 2 perfect weeks of calm walks. Then, a single moment happens. The leash snaps tight, a reaction erupts, and it feels like the last 14 days never existed. Welcome to Hero Dog's Clubhouse. Today we're answering a question that every dog parent eventually faces. Does a hard week actually erase the progress your dog has already made? Almost every reactive dog owner feels this back to square one sensation. It is a nearly universal experience. Even on the day of, a dog's behavior suggests something else is happening. That heavy sense of failure usually stems from the specific yardstick we use to measure success, rather than a lack of actual improvement. Sarah Hughley sees this pattern constantly. A dog parent enjoys a 2-week calm streak, which naturally builds a sense of deep security. But then, a jogger appears from behind a parked car. The calm is shattered, and the dog enters a full-scale reaction. The immediate fallout is emotional. You cancel your weekend plans and start questioning if the previous 2 weeks were just a stroke of luck. Replaying that moment at midnight is a natural response to the stress of the walk, for both you and your dog. Most of us quietly grade each week on a pass-fail scale based on whether anything went wrong. Under that system, one hard walk overwrites every bit of clean data you've collected. That pass-fail scale creates an impossible standard for animal behavior. It ensures you will constantly feel like you're failing, even when you aren't. Reactivity training focuses on cumulative change in the nervous system. That kind of biological adaptation is slow, and it moves in a non-linear path. We usually expect progress to look like a straight, diagonal line, but reality is a jagged, wavy line that trends upward over time. Zooming in on one downward dip reveals its true scale. It's a single data point in a much larger, rising context.
That dip represents a moment where your dog's coping threshold was temporarily crossed. A threshold breach can be caused by many temporary factors: an unexpectedly close trigger, extreme physical fatigue, or an already full stress bucket. A setback provides information about the conditions of that specific moment, not the baseline capacity your dog built for weeks. Setbacks reliably cluster right after a stretch of easy, successful walks. This happens because as walks consistently improve, you naturally begin to relax the extreme vigilance that had quietly been managing everything. You might try a slightly busier route, or allow a little more distance from a trigger than you would have a month ago. Extending that trust is the actual goal of progress. It is exactly what you have been working toward. Testing a new, slightly bigger edge means that occasionally that edge is going to push back. A setback following a good stretch indicates that you finally felt comfortable enough to test more room. The pass-fail habit creates a cycle of shame and overcorrection that can actually slow down your training. We often get trapped in the idea that one bad walk resets the clock. These moments actually provide data. They tell us where the threshold sits on a given day, rather than proving a total failure. We can replace the pass-fail scale with 3 specific metrics: recovery speed, reaction size, and containment. Tracking recovery speed, how fast both you and your dog return to a settled baseline, is the most reliable sign that your training is taking hold. After your next hard walk, replace the question, "Did we ruin it?" with a new one: "How long did it take us to recover?" If you've wondered what counts as progress when a walk is imperfect, the previous video, "Progress is not always a perfect walk," covers that groundwork.
After a hard week, what usually comes back first? Your dog's confidence or yours? Let me know in the comments. Next week, we're discussing how confidence actually builds in a reactive dog. If this helped, please like, share, and subscribe to Hero Dog's Clubhouse.